For joining us, you're watching Cameroon Today. We're a reporter coming in from the territorial corners of Cameroon. I am Nadine Mebune for presentation, and I'm in the company of Sandrine Babo. Hello, Sandrine.
Bonjour Nadine Mebune. Mesdames, Messieurs, bonjour. Les titres du journal. Affaire du Pékin.
If you're just joining us, you're watching Cameroon Today on Dash TV. Now in more news, the Shako Holdings Africa and the CCA Bank have agreed to forge a strong partnership that is based on economic growth and, of course, structural transformation. The commitment was taken during a visit by Tiwoda Alvin, the Director General of the CCA Bank, Cameroon, and Boni Dashako, the Chairman of the Shako Holdings Africa. It was held here in Douala, and Peter Nsose has the details.
The Director General.
Welcome back, televiewers. We continue talking sports this news hour, and it is time to discuss what is making news as far as the World Cup is concerned. It is just 2 days left for World Cup to commence, and of course, Dash Media promises to give you updates on that before, during, and of course, after the World Cup. On that note, we have our very own Duro Batinga, who is joining us on set for a lot of details about the World Cup. It is a pleasure to have you on board, Duro.
It's a pleasure to be here again, Nadine.
How are you doing today?
I'm very well. We told our viewers we're going to be back with more, and here we are, because we are giving them exclusive all round with what is making news as far as the 2026 World Cup is concerned, before, during, and after, as you rightly mentioned.
Amazing, Duro. Now tell us, Algeria has landed in the US. They've been welcomed. How many appearances have they made? And tell us about their last international friendly during the World Cup. Just give us all the information as far as Algeria is concerned.
Right, Nadine, the Desert Foxes of Algeria have touched down in the United States. It was on the night of Sunday, breaking Monday morning, and it was in the U.S. city of Kansas. Recall, they will be camping at Kansas Lawrence as they touch down on U.S. soil. They are coming from the Netherlands, where they just wrapped up an international friendly against the Netherlands, where they defeated the country 1-0. Big win that has been received with a lot of excitement by Algerian football fans to see that this team perhaps could pull the odds and could be Africa's dark horses at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Why not go all the way flying the flag of the Africa continent? Algeria will be participating at the World Cup 2026 for a record 4th time. They've been there in 1982, 1986, 2010, and 2014. They missed out on the 2018 edition, they missed out on 2022 edition in Qatar, but they are back like they never left the World Cup. Now, then, surprisingly, Algeria's best result at the tournament has been the round of 16, which they achieved in their last appearance in 2014. The Desert Foxes this time around say they want to go beyond the round of 16, possibly get to the quarterfinal stage or the semi-final stage. Can they pull that off?
And why not even win the World Cup?
And why not even win the World Cup? But Nadine, they will have to do so against some of the finest with regards to world football.
Of course.
Recall, they are lodged in Group J alongside defending champions Argentina of Lionel Messi. It's not going to be an easy nut to crack for Algeria. Alongside Argentina is Austria and Jordan. That is the uphill task that lies ahead of the Foxes as they're set to open their World Cup campaign against Argentina on July 17.
Now, Duro, Somalia seems to be having issues. We do hear that the first Somalian referee at the World Cup, Omar Aitan, has been denied the U.S. visa. How does this affect the team?
Right, Nadine, Omar Abdul Kadir Atan was named as a referee for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, the first for his country as far as the World Cup is concerned. The news was received with a lot of joy in that part of the country. It was even received by the president of Somalia, who congratulated him for that feat. Omar Abdul Kadir Atan was also named Best Referee of the Africa continent at the 2025 CAF Awards. Surprisingly, he has been denied entry into the United States of America as U.S. Customs and Immigration authorities confirmed that due to security vetting concerns, the referee will not be granted access into the U.S. Now, the visa restriction has sparked outrage from Somalia fans, from fans across Africa as well, because this is the best referee of the continent in 2025. How is this guy not featuring at the World Cup? But reacting to that, FIFA says it has no control over the customs and visa issues of the three host countries, US, Canada, and Mexico, that the rights are exclusively to those countries hosting the tournament. And FIFA says they cannot do anything for Atan. Well, Atan has received the news with some level of composure. He says he's going to focus on other international competitions as he has come to accept the fact that he will not be featuring at the World Cup as he has been denied an entry visa.
That's a sad one, but let's still look forward to how the team will, perform even without his presence there.
Right.
Away from that, let's talk about the African teams that will be playing without their fans at the World Cup, and tell us why is it so?
Right, just like referee Omar Abdul Kadir Atan, several Africa teams will be performing without their home-based fans in the United States. You recall the United States immigration policies are very, very strong, way stronger than that of Canada and Mexico. And surprisingly, the US is hosting the majority of that 2026 World Cup matches, and that makes it even more worrying. The fact is that 10 of the African representatives will play at least one game in the United States of America. The affected countries are Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Senegal and Cote d'Ivoire are barred from accessing a B1 or B2 visa required to watch games in the United States. For the Democratic Republic of Congo, it is due to the latest Ebola outbreak, which the US is concerned might spread to its citizens. Hence, they will not be making it to the US. But the fans could make it to the games in Canada and Mexico, Nadine, while the US restrictions remain stiff. Also, the African teams playing in the US could count on their fans already present in the United States of America as support. But those from the host country at the moment could not make it to the World Cup campaign.
Interesting, Dora. Now, let's discuss a lot more about the 2026 World Cup. It is the first cup to feature 48 teams and 32 since 1998. And how is it going to work? Tell us more about the format, the number of the games, and everything else that we need to know, Dora.
Right, the 2026 FIFA World Cup is the first of its kind, featuring 48 teams, like Right mentioned, Nadine Mebune, and there are the various groups of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The 48 teams have been divided into 12 groups of 4 teams each for this edition of the tournament, and this is the first time we're having 48 teams as opposed to 32 that was first adopted in 1998. How will the new format work? Well, in the first stage of the competition, which is the group stages of the tournament, the 48 teams will see it reduced to 32, which implies that several teams are going to be eliminated in the group stages of the tournament. Recall that top 2 teams progress to the round of 32, and the best third place teams as well also progress to the round of 32. So a cross section of these teams are going to be going back home after the elimination, and from the round of 32, 16 more teams are going to be eliminated, making way for 16 to progress to the round of 16 of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. After the round of 16, 8 more are going to be eliminated, and 8 are going to progress to the quarterfinals. And in the quarterfinals, 4 are going to be eliminated, and 4 progress to the semi-finals. In the semi-finals, from the 4 teams, 2 are going to make it to the final, and just 1 team is going to be standing on the final come July 19, 2026. So it's a whole lot expanded FIFA World Cup tournament 2026. Is going to see more matches played than it has ever been played in FIFA World Cup history, and the first of its kind, hosted by 3 countries, the US, Canada, and Mexico. And just a tip, Nadine, that Mexico, which will be playing against South Africa in the World Cup opener on June 11, will become the first country to have hosted 3 different World Cups editions in 1970, 1986, and 2026.
That is definitely an interesting one. We're looking forward to the outcome of these various tournaments in these 3 nations. And of course, you will be right here to give us more details on that, won't you?
Of course, Nadine, that's why we're here with the latest for our viewers.
As always, thank you. Thank you so much, Durrell. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for all the information. And looking forward to having you next time on a different edition of the news. In the meantime, televiewers, that has been it from our sports desk for today's update as far as as the World Cup is concerned. Right now, we are taking our leave. It has been a pleasure being in your company for details of the news on what is making news across Cameroon and beyond. Sandrine Babo, it is time to go.
Oui, vous l'avez dit, c'est la fin de ce journal. On se retrouve demain pour une autre édition d'information du 12h. Mesdames, Messieurs, merci de rester sur Dash Télévision.